Nolan tensed at the words of the other Viltrumites, while the baby in his arms began to cry.
"Quick, Mark! Take the baby now! Take him to his mother! Hide under the mountain! There's a shelter there, made with Thraxian technology and reinforced by me. It's the only thing that can withstand it if it gets out of control."
Mark didn't respond immediately. His body froze for a moment at the enemies in front of him, but he quickly extended his hands and took the baby to carry him off.
"And what will you do?" "I'll do what I didn't before. I'll stop them."
As Nolan prepared for combat, he quickly turned his gaze to Goku, since he was the only partner he would count on in this fight.
"I don't know you, but if you know how to fight, I ask you do it now."
"Don't worry, I'm ready for anything."
While they handled the fighting, Mark went to find his brother's mother, so he could take both of them to the heart of the mountain to keep them safe. The three Viltrumites descended slowly while watching Invincible fly away, realizing the truth.
"Was that your son, Nolan? Looks like he's already grown."
"And he seems to be accompanied by someone else, but he doesn't look like a Viltrumite. I don't think he's a threat."
"I've never fought Viltrumites before. I wonder if they can keep up with me."
"Do not interfere. This is an Imperial matter."
"If your business involves ending innocent lives, then I have no choice but to meddle."
Nolan stepped forward next to Goku, both more than ready to confront the Viltrumites. Meanwhile, nearby Thraxians evacuated the area. They were aware of what was about to be unleashed. Suddenly, the tension broke in an instant. The female Viltrumite launched first, and with brutal speed tried to punch Goku's face. But the Saiyan intercepted her with his forearm, blocking her easily, which made her frown. At that instant, the young Viltrumite dive-bombed toward Nolan, who thrust himself against him, causing both to disappear in a sonic flash. A deafening explosion shook the sky when Nolan and his opponent crashed into one of the Thraxian palace towers, reducing it to rubble. Goku and the female Viltrumites spun in the air, exchanging flurries of blows at a speed no mortal eyes could follow. Goku dodged a knee aimed at his stomach and countered with a spin that hurled his opponent through several crystalline buildings. When the dust rose, the woman shot back at Goku to resume the fight, with a slight wound on her forehead and eyes blazing with fury.
"You're not a mere earthling. What the hell are you?"
"If you want to see it that badly, I'll show you."
Without warning, Goku's aura exploded, surrounding him with a golden glow while his hair stood on end slightly. It was Super Saiyan. The energy wave pushed everything around, making the Viltrumite step back from pure pressure, her eyes wide open.
"I'm also from a warrior race, but I was raised on Earth."
The Viltrumite hesitated for the first time on feeling that surge of power. She wasn't prepared for something so brutal. Even so, she launched at him with all her fury, but Goku simply vanished from her sight, and in an instant appeared behind her with a knee that drove into her back and sent her to the ground with incredible force, making the terrain explode and creating a massive crater. Meanwhile, Nolan fought fiercely against the young Viltrumite. Every clash between them created waves that shook the surface, razing nearby fields and temples. Despite his age, the youth was agile and brutal, forcing Nolan to use all his power.
"Is this all you can do, Nolan?" "Of course not. You're too young to know what we Viltrumites are capable of."
After saying that, he gave him a strong punch that smashed the young Viltrumite's mouth. He fell lifeless, bleeding profusely while writhing on the ground. But it still wasn't over, because the senior Viltrumite slowly descended toward him, observing what had happened.
"Just what I needed."
The senior Viltrumite didn't wait and lunged at Nolan, beginning to land blows he could barely block, leaving him at a disadvantage. However, at that moment, Mark arrived at great speed, delivering a direct punch to the senior Viltrumite, sending him dozens of meters away from his father.
"That's enough!"
"Mark, you came."
"I couldn't leave you like that. And don't worry, your baby and his mother are safe."
"I'm glad to hear it, son. But we must finish this now."
"I agree."
Both of them charged the senior Viltrumite, combining their attacks with fury and technique. Mark used everything he had learned with Goku on Earth: air spins, forearm blocks, and momentum while flying. Nolan, though exhausted, coordinated with him to strike with all his strength. At that moment, Nolan and Mark finally managed to defeat the senior Viltrumite with one last attack, letting him fall lifeless after receiving a combined blow to the skull. Both were breathing hard, and Mark knelt from the effort. Meanwhile, Goku already had his opponent under control, but he didn't seem to want to finish her. The female Viltrumite, exhausted, bleeding and trembling, launched one last time at him. Goku stopped her with one hand, holding her firmly. This made the Viltrumite kneel from the pain. She couldn't do anything to break free. I don't want to kill you. I'm not like that. But if you attack innocents again, I'll have no choice.
You're making a mistake. Compassion is not a virtue among our kind.
I know, but strength without mercy is only destruction. At that instant, the female Viltrumite tried to attack Goku with her other arm, but on touching him, her hand bent, making her scream in pain. Enough! You'll only hurt yourself more! I have no intention of killing you. You can't fight anymore. While Goku had the Viltrumite defeated, Nolan and Mark flew over and landed next to him, breathing heavily but with hard looks.
What are you doing? Finish her right now!
She's defeated. I don't think she poses a danger.
Don't make that mistake. They don't stop. Viltrumites recover, regroup, and kill again.
Goku didn't respond. He just looked at him with a mixture of surprise and resignation. Then do what you have to do, but that decision is yours. Nolan approached the Viltrumite, looking at her seriously while she was defeated.
Your son has grown weak with you, Nolan, and you are no longer of the Empire.
I know.
And then with one quick motion, he snapped the female Viltrumite's neck, ending her life. Mark just remained silent, because he knew that was the price of facing an empire that left no room for second chances. Although Goku didn't approve, he understood the brutal logic of the Viltrumite universe. The battlefield fell silent after that, since there were many conflicts about each one's morality.
This is only the beginning of something bigger. The Empire will find out the Viltrumites failed to capture me, and more will come.
Are you saying a war is coming?
Unfortunately, yes.
How many will come?
I don't know, but if they already sent 3 elite warriors, the next ones won't be diplomats. They'll be executioners, and they will take Earth as what they always saw it. Just another resource to expand the Empire, and they will exterminate everything that stands in their way.
If that's the case, I won't let them. I'll fight any Viltrumite who comes. Nolan turned to look at Goku, but with a much softer expression than before, since he had seen Goku's power and it was clear it wasn't only physical strength.
I admit your presence changed the balance of this fight, Goku. We wouldn't have managed without you.
I'm glad I came. I don't know what would have happened if I hadn't. But if they're approaching, what will we do? How do we prepare for that? Nolan lowered his head for a few seconds and then spoke carefully, because it was hard for him to say it.
First, I have to go back to Earth. The son I had with Andressa is half-Thraxian. His metabolism makes him grow 10 times faster than a human, so in a few weeks he'll be like a child, in a few months a teenager. I can't leave him alone. I can't repeat the mistakes I made in the past.
Goku nodded slowly, understanding the weight of those words. Nolan didn't just want to defend Earth, he wanted to atone for his sins. Do you think you can protect him there?
If I return openly, I risk the world seeing me as a threat. But with your help, Mark, maybe I can raise my son and protect Earth at the same time. And more importantly, correct what I did.
Dad.
I don't expect immediate forgiveness. But if this new child is to have a chance, I have to be someone worthy of guiding him. And also of helping you.
Then we need to prepare, train, and warn the other heroes of Earth.
That sounds like a good plan. But first I would like to help the people of this planet rebuild what we destroyed in the fight. I want that to be my last act here.
Alright, Dad. If it's to help them, I'm in. I'm not sure how useful I can be, but count on me too. The days after the clash with the 3 Viltrumites were for reconstruction, since a large part of Thraxian infrastructure had been destroyed during the brutal battle. Mark, Nolan, and Goku worked hard to help the Thraxians by their own decision. They used their strength to rebuild what they could, raising structures, transporting materials, and helping rescue those still trapped under the rubble. And once they finished all that, they were more than ready to return to Earth and prepare for what was coming. The Thraxians had prepared a modest but emotional farewell. The Thraxian Andressa, better known as the mother of Nolan's new son, also said goodbye to them, entrusting Nolan with the life of her little one, since she didn't have much time left due to her short Thraxian lifespan. Thus, Nolan and Mark headed to Earth along with Goku in a ship, knowing it wouldn't be easy for people to accept Nolan, but it was the only way to protect Earth.